everyone, Married Espresso Press Design. Welcome. I'm glad you're here with me today. Thank you so much for your time. Today we're going to make some designer stickers, and these are inspired. Occasionally I like to try to mimic stickers that I like, usually from K&Co. And I've done some in the past that were acetate, and I have a previous video of those. A lot of fun, like these. And I mostly did these with foam, so it would stick on the acetate. But if I did them again, I think I might try to use a brad or staple them, maybe. And today, these were inspired by these stickers from K&Co. I don't think they're in production anymore. So I just chose one that I thought I could most easily replicate, and I went with that design. And let me show you some of those. Now, originally I was going to do the brad, and that's why I chose kraft paper instead of my kraft colored sticker paper. And then I thought I would just stay with that because let me get a pink. Whoops! Oh geez, I didn't mean to do that. Let me get a pink one there. So originally I thought I would stamp with, and you can hopefully see the gold there. Originally I chose different mediums. I started with my Inktense, stamping with that because I thought it would show up opaque on top of the kraft paper, and it didn't work as well. So it didn't work as I had hoped. So I moved on to ink, and that's what I'm going to use today. That looks a little more. I didn't put the gold on these yet. I'm going to do that with you. So you will need some kraft paper if you want to. Now I have this on my Pinterest board, Pretty Little Paper Crafts, if you want to see it in better detail. And I skipped, I'm not sure if that's a brad or a jewel, but I skipped that. So you will need some sticker paper, some kraft paper, and I mostly just used scraps. Got rid of a bunch of scraps here in my little cardstock scrap box. And I just tried to find stamps that would help me make that design on the outside. So I chose this one. I chose this one from my tile stamps because I'm gonna punch it out anyway. Maybe this one. Let me show you these that way. That one's not showing up very well regardless, but I have these tile stamps from Bow Bunny, and I just chose those for the design. And you will need some punches, assorted scallops. I have 1.5, 1, and a small one. You'll need some glue, and to get my little circle here in the center, I just used some gel pens. I wish I had glitter acrylic markers, but I don't. I would have used that. So whatever you want in the center, that's up to you. So it's pretty self-explanatory. It's just stamping and punching and gluing. Oh, and you'll need a, I'm using my Panda Fly gold to outline. This set comes with 5, 3 white, and a silver and a gold. Fabulous gel pens. They never skip. Almost never skip. Okay, so I have one ready here to stamp on. Now, these ones I just punched out the sticker paper and then glued it on after they were assembled. But if you want everything to be perfectly aligned, glue your kraft paper onto your sticker paper before you begin. And I had to run this through the Sizzix because it warped a little bit. You might want to put that under a book, which I probably should have done. So I'm just going to do that part for you on a smaller one here. Let me cut this down a little bit. And then if we have time, the only one that you have to worry about is the first one, of course. It's about 2 inches. So I would only worry about that really if you're like planning on selling them or something. Get that back. And remember, glue on this side. This is your peel off side. So if you have white sticker paper, doesn't matter. Let me get a scrap here. I was testing some pens yesterday. Had to order some new pens. And you can use any glue. But try to avoid one with a lot of water so you don't get so much warping. That's why I like the clear glue. It seems a little thicker. And then just spread that out. Glued it on there. There we go. So then this is your first scallop, your largest one, and that's the only one you have to worry about. So I'm just going to put that aside to dry. And then do some stamping with a different color. Yesterday I chose my Stampin' Up! Brilliant Blue because it's very juicy and it worked really well. But today I think I'm going to choose like a rust color. Let me do a tester here. Make sure this ink is juicy enough. Okay, that'll work. And again, my stamp is not stamping very well in the center, but it'll do. And also, then I just chose also a circle one, and I'm going to cover that word that says limited edition because I wanted that little border there. And that's all I cared about, having a little border. So just find whatever stamps you think will work. And I thought it might be a good idea to use this ink. I didn't try my chalk inks. Those might have worked. But I was really hoping my ink tents would sit on top and be kind of opaque, and then it just didn't work out. So I think the stamping actually gives a better result. See, it didn't stamp in the center. And I don't know what is going on with this. I think it's the block. But that's okay because that center is going to be covered anyway. And then I'm just going to stand up and apply more pressure. See if that helps. I honestly don't know why that keeps happening with my, well, there it worked. So, I don't know. This block should be perfectly level. I don't think heat or anything would be damaging it. So this is fun when you get some, when you don't know what to do. Just try to find some little thing like that, maybe something you see in a store. Try to make a copy of it. And these K&Co, usually they're out of production. I mean, sometimes you can find them on eBay. But that doesn't happen too often, and I don't even know what retailer you would order them from, actually, because I never see them at stores. Well, that one didn't work either, but that's okay. We're going to punch them out. and then the gold will actually cover. So this one might be the only one that doesn't turn out as I had hoped, because there's not that much on the border there. But we'll just do our best. Yeah, that one might be a fail, unless I put some more watercolor on the edge there or something. But this one's going to work. Let me try to get that centered on the design there. Then I'll bring that up and show you. So there's my initial design. Okay. This one will work even though it's off a little bit. This actually reminds me of a China pattern, or a wallpaper pattern. So then, as I said, the only one I had to worry about was this one being on the stamp, or on the sticker paper, if you want it perfect. So then this is my center stamp. This one always usually comes out well. I got to feed the crows this morning. Poor crows. They I've half given up. I love feeding the crows, but I've half given up because my neighbor's dog always comes over and eats the food. And when I hear them, I try to get some out there so they can get it as fast as possible before the neighbor's dog finds it. And this morning, I actually managed to do that. I love feeding the crows, and after a while they recognize you, and they actually sit in the trees and call me. And the reason I feed the crows is because I had to give up feeding the birds because of the cats. They don't mess with crows. Okay, so we are ready to glue those two together. And I have another little layer here. And then I also just took some of my I just realized I don't have a rust colored gel pen beside me. Let me see if I have one handy. That will actually work. That's another job on the agenda. Go through my gel pens and throw away the ones that are all dried out. Not too bad. Not too great either. And these are brand new. And I never use them. So this is partly my fault. I shouldn't even buy them anymore. That's why I want my glitter markers. I don't know if that's going to work or not. Let me try red. Because that's going to look... What the heck? That one lost a tip completely in the cap. Oh my goodness. And it works too. It works better, of course. Now I have to get a pair of pliers and try to dig that out of there. Okay, tiny circle. I also have my little pick here for gluing that. Let me just take that right out of there. I also could have looked around for some glitter paper. I'm sure I have some somewhere. Okay, there's another one. So if nothing else, this will inspire you to just look around and use what you have. Of course, I do have pearls and all that, rhinestones and all that too. I just didn't feel like dealing with all the different glues and everything. I almost went and bought some more brads, but then I changed my mind about that too. Okay, so then I'm going to use my quick dry glue to assemble these. And then I'll show you the gold outlining. And then we will be done. I think I'm just going to toss that one because it didn't turn out very well. Or I'm going to try to remedy it with some watercolor or something later. That way I can match the color. So you see I have my limited edition on there. And I need another scallop to cover that. And I just left that one plain. So there. 1, 2, 3, 4 layers. And my little dot. And then I put a little circle of gold in that dot. So some of these look better than others. I thought that rust would show up a lot more. So I'll probably do some red ones as well. And I don't know which ones I'll put in the photo. I'll just try to make sure they show up very well in the photo. So that text is getting covered, and then I just have my border. So I'm only going to keep 2 of those and try to fix those other ones later. Okay. Let me bring those up and show you. I highly doubt you're seeing this with my light. Bleaching everything out as well. So there we go. They're just stamped. I hope you can see that better than I'm seeing it. When I get up there, everything turns to a dark shadow on my video viewfinder. Okay, so then let me get this paper so I don't get gold paint everywhere, gold gel pen everywhere. So then I just lightly went around the scallop edge. This took a little while, but it's repetitive. And it doesn't bother me. Sometimes it's fun to do little stuff like this. Then I also went around the second scallop edge. Screwed that one up a little bit. I thought these would go nicely with the wax seals because they're also kind of classic. And I am really messing this up. I did this perfectly yesterday. And then I just put a little gold dot in the center. This light is kind of hampering my view. Anyway, I thought these would go nicely with the wax seals because they're kind of classic. As I said, this kind of reminds me of a English china set or a wallpaper pattern. And I smeared one. Sometimes I just put a little dot. Made a little bit of a different pattern. So I'll probably put all of them in the photo, but I will separate them. So that you can see all of my experiments. Okay. This darker blue should show up better in this light, so let me bring those up for you. Okay. Hopefully that shows up better for you. You can see the gold. Okay, so that's about it. Very simple, fun little thing to do when you just get inspired by something you see and already like and you can't find anymore and you just want to have something like it. And these really didn't take long, a couple of hours maybe. There's another one. The only color that I actually got to show up well using the Inktense was the turquoise. I really like that, and the what would that be called? Maybe like a fuchsia color. So there is the blue stamp, and I'll finish these on my own time, and then I'll probably do some red ones, maybe even some black ones, and put these separately in the photo. Now these first ones I used this stamp, and then I just realized I did have some stamps that had a little more of a ornate pattern in there, like the sample, so I moved on to that. But I will do some, definitely I want some red, and maybe I'll try some black as well. So okay everyone, I hope you at least found this idea helpful, and you don't have to copy these stickers, but if you want to, they are on my Pinterest pretty little paper crafts, and you can get a better idea and just choose one that you like and try to replicate it and make your own stickers. And remember, if you want them perfect, glue your sticker paper to your craft paper, and then you don't have to worry about trying to line everything up if you glue it separately. So thanks so much for your time, and you have a great day and a great week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.